Well, I thought about life, where I could find it and how I could take its measure. For something always around, it's not easily found, and its secrets are guarded like treasures. Well, I looked into canyons, valleys and deserts, and I ended up here at the sea, watching a surfer follow the current, and the water seemed to set him free. And that's when it came to me. Sometimes you sit in the ocean with your feet not touching the ground, while the gift of perpetual motion keeps you tossing and turning, sometimes crashing and burning, desperately yearning for one more wave to ride. For the tide settles down. For the tide settles down now. Well, I stood for a while at the edge of the sea. The waves were crashing and churning, and I thought to myself, to be wild and free means your wheels must be constantly turning. I watched the tide roll in and the tide roll out. It's a dance of natural rhythm. Every movement assured there was nothing in doubt. It took every and all traces with it, and every trace was soon forgiven. Sometimes you sit in the ocean with your feet not touching the ground, while the gift of perpetual motion keeps you tossing and turning, sometimes crashing and burning, desperately yearning for one more wave to ride. For the tide settles down. Well, your memories will fade as sure as the tide. Some will go quicker than others, that's certain. And sometimes you'll wipe out at the start of your ride. Sometimes you'll sail right through the curtain. But it's not where you're going or where you've been or the trophies you placed on your shelf. Never forget that the ride is the thing, everything else is everything else, and there really is nothing else. Sometimes you sit in the ocean with your feet not touching the ground, while the gift of perpetual motion keeps you tossing and turning, sometimes crashing and burning, desperately yearning for one more wave to ride. For the tide settles down. Before the tide settles down now. Oh, let the water take you away now. The water take you where it will. Take you where it will now. Oh, I know a place. Ain't nobody worrying. Ain't nobody hurrying, ain't no smiling faces, nobody lying to the races, just waiting on the water, waiting on the water, waiting on the water, waiting on the water.